Hi, I'm Tom Lydon, editor of ETF Trends, here in Hollywood, Florida at the Inside ETF conference. I'm here with Mike Arone, who's Chief Investment Strategist at State Street Global Advisors. Mike, great seeing you.
Tom, good to be here.
State Street always does a good job helping to educate advisors. You mentioned you have 3 points that you're really trying to focus on as far as helping advisors this year. Let's run through them.
Sure. In today's environment, there are 3 themes that we've been working on with financial advisors. First, for portfolios, consider income at a reasonable risk. Second, begin to position portfolios for a more reflationary environment. And third, we expect bouts of volatility in 2017, so make sure your portfolio is protected a little bit from those bouts of volatility.
Right, so income, rates, Fed's off to the races again. We're starting to see inflation kick in. What are some things advisors can do to tackle that?
So that's the thing. I think that folks are expecting rates to rise, and we admit that there's a bias towards rates moving higher. However, we think there's some limits to how high they can go. So for example, one of the things that we see is folks have had an exposure to high yield. One of the things we're suggesting for them to do is begin to think about bank loans. So Tom, with that, you essentially move up the capital structure, you get access to a floating rate mechanism through the resets, and you still get a competitive yield. That's income at a reasonable risk.
Yeah. Reflation, we are starting to see inflationary numbers kick in. What can advisors do there?
So inflation is ticking up, and one of the things that we're suggesting for advisors is to begin to think about a diversified portfolio of real assets, things like TIPS, things like real estate, things like global natural resource stocks and commodities. So a diversified portfolio of those things can really be helpful should infrastructure spending start to kick off and inflation begin to rise.
And then finally, volatility. What do we need to do to try to offset some of that risk?
So Tom, you know at State Street Global Advisors and Spider ETFs, gold is our view in terms of how you want to manage volatility in a portfolio. So it's one of those things that has a very low correlation to stocks and bonds, and should we get those bouts of volatility, investing in gold should be helpful in protecting portfolios.
Good. 3 great ideas. Mike, as always, you bring knowledge every time I see you. Great seeing you. Thanks so much.